Hello, welcome to Universal Healing. We are some of the healers of Universal Healing talking about the upcoming healing tomorrow for the sexual energy, reproductive system, and sexual organs. And we were chatting together about how beautiful it is to work in this way, and how we enjoy working with this, specifically with this life force energy. So, Elizabeth, how is for you? How is for you this healing coming for tomorrow?
So yeah, what's beautiful with these healings is usually the energy begins to come in, sometime before the healing, and everyone who meets together to give the healing has a chance to share what's coming up for them and maybe themes, maybe we're feeling needs of the clients. So one of the things for this healing is that Sunday night we did a courage healing, and I could really feel the wave of a release of the sexual energy from some of the clearing that we were doing in that healing. We were clearing fear. We were clearing, all of the obstacles in our own, the thoughts we have about ourselves, and the judgments and the negative belief systems. And when that was clearing, there was like a great release of life force, and sexual energy is it's our life force. It energizes us for any creative endeavors that we do, and of course for when we want to have children and reproduce, it gives us the opening to allow for new energies to come in. So I'm just really feeling a strong connection to, this is all sacral chakra energy. So I'm feeling very strong connection to that energy, and, holding, it's a tender place, whenever we're working with clients in this place, it's tender, and it's very, it's the sort of really strong place in us, and it's also the really vulnerable place at the same time. So just holding those two together, and feeling a lot of compassion for being in this physical body, and having our own male and female reproductive systems. So that's kind of what's coming in right now. And then I'll see, often a dream will come in the night before. So maybe tonight we'll have something new to bring to the healing tomorrow. But that's what is sort of here right now.
Yeah, when you were talking, it felt so much that is not surprising that it came so strongly in the courage healing as well, because really it takes courage to be embodied, to be grounded, and to accept this life force that you have here, isn't it? And with everything, with the vulnerability and the joy, and everything, And what about you, Maria? What
I was feeling into these waves too, because as we attuned, I've been feeling this very strong like rooting, like energy coming from the earth. So as it wants to come through us, it's just observing these places where we may be afraid of feeling this connection that can be so healing and help the creative process, help our creative process. When we allow these energies to really flow through us. And, we talked about heart, and how having the courage to be in the body really allows these energies from the earth to come through us and flow through us, and allow us to not only heal, but also to create. It's just like this wave of healing and creation that are intertwined. And so, and how they go against these feelings that we all have of shame or guilt around sexuality, reproduction. So it's that process of observing as this energy really just, if we allow it to come through us, and then how these feelings of shame, guilt can come up, and how to be hold these places, and how can we as healers hold our clients in these very just places that just need to be accepted, and so these energy can move. And then that's I'm feeling a very strong connection to the earth, as it just wants to say, I'm here for you, I'm very much alive, and just holding that courage to be here in the body. That's what's here right now.
Yeah, and we perceive the earth many times during these healings as the mother, isn't it? As that have this energy of holding us and hold in a very natural, grounded way. And this life force really is an energy that it connects with the earth, and it connects with our body, physical body, deeply.
Yeah, and I find it like during healing sometimes, how in these places where we feel this pain or not good enough, then we can really be held by the earth in these places, and with each other. But we have that resource that is always available to us to help us just really absorb this beautiful energy that is part of fertility, conception, pleasure, reproduction.
What I want to ask you, the both of you, what do you think that sometimes is because I know that in the healing sometimes we have people that they are really having issues with reproduction, or with just being able to be fully functional in a sexual relationship. So I want to ask you what, working with this type of issues, what do you think that is a good way that we probably will use tomorrow in the healing?
I can feel when you ask that, Manel, that there's a real spiritual support for us, and so perhaps that's going to play a part in the healing, to just surrender to divine will, and to kind of release our push and how we think things should happen in our timeline. So I think just allowing for, like you guys have been saying, the support of the earth and all of our guides and the divine support, and just really knowing that like it's trust. It's really divine trust. It's knowing that we are not alone, and that we can sort of rest in the arms of a really benevolent force.
Yeah, that sounds so important, and sometimes so difficult to get together with us, because many times with the divine, or we may think, depending of our upbringing or wherever, that the divine may be in conflict with our sexuality, isn't it?
Yes.
Actually, it's such a blessing, and in all cultures and all traditions in ancient times, sexuality was used actually to reach these levels of higher consciousness and connection with communion with the divine, isn't it?
Yes, it's a healing.
Yeah.
You know, sexuality and pleasure, those are healing aspects of our humanity.
Yeah.
Very much.
I find that, you know, as we hold this the spiritual the wisdom of that, then, and the support, the 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 master healer is also the heart, you know, because to be able to be in acceptance of where we are and who we are and where these feelings are, and just being able to just let our heart do its work. Sometimes it really is just allowing the heart to be with these parts of ourselves that have a wounding around them, and then I find that the consciousness of the heart is just so wise that it's able to transform.
Yeah.
So as we hold this energies flowing through us, with a lot of the times we just give our heart to others, but it's sometimes we just forget that, wow, this is really here for us. And as we hold these places, we hold our sexuality with our heart. It has a transformative power to heal, and that heart is here a lot too. So
yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna work tomorrow with the with our heart open, and we're gonna work deeply with all these issues and with all these energies that block our full potential of life force. That becomes creativity, it becomes awe with life, and it becomes a strong sexual and force, and a strong capacity to create and reproduce whatever we need to do. You know, if we and also I'm aware that also we're going to have people, also older women, that they are in that transition of the menopause. What is your perception about that, guys?
Well, I actually see it as a beautiful transition. But that's the space that I hold, because when something that's here too is Hara. So our intentionality in holding all these different places, which to be able to be with that intentionality as we go through menopause, or through reproduction or conception, or fertility, or just pleasure, is what is the intention that we're holding, because this Hara template really holds the field in such a profound way. And as we can center in our intentionality, we can also allow ourselves to feel our feelings, but going back to what's our intention, what's my intention as I go through menopause. So it helps us hold things very differently when we can feel the support of this strong feel of intentionality as we go through different experiences. So it really depends what's the person's intention, in my opinion, because it could be either how our family held that and how our society holds it, which sometimes can pull us in that direction. But to know that we have this real power of intentionality to hold things differently, I think it's important.
Yeah, and it's it's a major change, for women. It's to begin to allow all the emotions of, and everyone's different. Some women will really grieve the loss of their childbearing years, and some women will be very ecstatic and feel free and liberated. And so to really be able to hold the space for the emotional experience of changing, where our body, like our human bodies, are changing through our whole lives. And this is, a really important stage to notice and to just be with yourself and to seek support, you know, if you're finding that it's challenging and you can't, you know, do it alone. So yeah.
I find too that in this, if we're talking specifically about menopause, as all these feelings come up, that connection to the earth is really critical at this time, because the earth is our bodies are of the earth, and our body knows how to go through these transitions and cycles. So as Beth says, allowing these feelings to flow, and being in connection with our knowingness of being in the body and of the earth, then it's a very, for me, it's a very soothing and very helpful experience to go back to these places where sometimes the body, it takes that much courage to be in the body and feel that kind of support and nurturance that comes, because that as the energy of the body embeds ourselves with wisdom and energy, we can navigate these experiences differently.
Absolutely. And I just remember a client that I had not long ago, that she was complaining about having these hot flashes. and she was saying me, yeah, it's very nice that you help me. That was our, I don't know, several sessions. And you ground me more, but now with the hot flashes are even more intense. I mean, you ground me more. I mean, you help me, you know, the work that we do with the chakras. And then I remember that it came during the healing, this fresh air from the higher levels, kind of, and
blue energy.
Yeah, which is kind of connecting the two, you know, and that's another possibility, and it's what we do during the healings. We are really open to receive in the moment, with the intention that you were saying before, Maria, that embracing that moment and bringing what we are guided and what we are here for all our clients tomorrow, that we're going to do this beautiful healing, group healing, long distance or remote long distance energy healing for the reproductive system and sexual organs and sexual energy. And would you like to add anything else, guys?
Oh, just feeling the excitement, and when you were saying, Manal, that the more you're grounded into your body, the more you're going to feel all of the changes of your human body. So just blessing that, because there can be discomfort and there can be all kinds of feelings that come up, but it's just such a beautiful thing to be able to fully experience this life on the planet, and it's so short and it's so lovely. So I'm just feeling the sweetness of getting to do that healing tomorrow and just be with everybody in these places.
I just want to add the word and the fun that the fun and the pleasure when you are having this energy and you can be yourself in the world,
Yeah, those are the best healings always.
Yeah.
And I love when we do the healings, how as we clear and just help find ground and all this, then there's always at the end all these clients just start to get in their core essence and flow and glow, and it's just really beautiful, and it's truly an honor to be a part of that. So and to be in it too. So,
okay, so enjoying and being honored, we'll close this call and we'll be ready for tomorrow healing. I hope that everyone that is watching us can join us. So thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Maria. And I'll see you tomorrow.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.